All right, I'm back with another quick tip about the output flange on the transmission that I'm using for my LS swap. So like I said before, the transmission I'm using is a GS6-53BZ, and that's the transmission that's behind the N54. BMW put it behind some V8s. The output flange on that transmission is 105 millimeters, or basically the PDC is 105 millimeters. Now, a lot of people use these transmissions for swaps, not just LS swaps, but I've seen these transmissions behind all types of cars. And it's possible that you're in a situation where this 105 millimeter output flange is just too large. I know there's probably a whole lot of people out there that need the 96 millimeter output flange. That's more common with lower power BMWs or older BMWs or older low power BMWs like mine. And there's actually a direct OEM replacement that you can use to swap over to the smaller output flange size. And so this isn't really going to be like a DIY video where like I do it because it's already on the transmission. I did it before I started doing YouTube and all of that. And so to swap this, the first thing that you need to do is there's a nut that typically goes inside of here. I think it's like a 36 millimeter, and you just zip that off of here and then use a pulley puller and just pop this off the transmission. And then once you got this guy pulled off of here, your replacement flange actually comes from an E46 M3, and it doesn't matter if it's an automatic or a manual or SMG, because all the transmissions are actually all just Getrag 420Gs, just the computer shifts it, it's complicated. But anyway, you're going to take the output flange from that transmission, and it actually just fits straight on here, even though these are two different manufacturers of transmissions. And even though this is a ZF transmission and the M3 has a Getrag transmission, they're two different manufacturers of transmissions. They have the same output shaft size and the same spline count. So this flange actually fits on here, no problems at all. It just slides on. When it comes to tightening the bolt down though, the bolt that goes in here is actually too large to fit inside of the hole for the M3. And so to replace the nut that originally went inside of this flange, you can actually use an E36 axle nut. It fits in here. It's the same thread diameter as the output shaft, and you can just tighten it down. The only thing I will say about tightening it down is that the M3 has this like protective collar that's probably there to keep like dust and debris from getting like underneath this and getting inside of the seals for the transmission. But you just need to not over tighten it, because this collar will touch the body of the transmission and it will bind up and it will keep the transmission from turning. And so yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you're using one of these transmissions in your swap and you need the smaller output flange size, like I said, you can just grab one from an E46 M3 and job done.